Welcome back to Dark Nights. I'm currently taking a break from YouTube. At the end of the month, I'm leaving my current job and gonna look for something else. So I haven't been recording, just preparing myself mentally and just doing research on other things aside from playing video games. Without further ado, let's get back into it. You're the scared one. I don't need it. I can't deny that, but this scarf must be very important to him because he keeps tugging on it all the time. I wonder what supernatural thing he is. Heh. Thank you. I already feel better now. He steps back and gives me a soft smile. Can you continue? I don't want to push you. I can handle the rest by myself. No, you're not going anywhere without me. I know the school ground's way better than you, besides, if I take my eyes off you, you'll get lost like last time. In the end, we decide to continue. Let's start searching the first year classrooms and work our way up from there. Do you remember any of your classmates? No, sadly. Uniform for this school really make the students stick out though. For instance, there's that boy with black hair and blue eyes who looks like a delinquent. I see him go to the police station a lot. It must cause a lot of trouble. That sounds an awful lot like Leoshi, but he's no delinquent. His dad is an officer, so he helps them out sometimes. Oh, I see. He's more scared of Leoshi than haunted houses. Huh. What a guy. We enter the first classroom. Unfortunately, it's not completely dark. Satcher wanders around and scratches his head. Does anything look familiar? If not, we can find someone who knows you. Maybe you'll have a better chance of remembering someone then. Even if anyone remembered me, I wouldn't be able to recognize them. It'd be like talking to a stranger who's pretending to know me. You really can't remember anyone? There were no people in the place I pictured. I think I was alone all the time. If I'd been close to someone, I'm sure I would have remembered them. Not even your family? My family? Like your mom and dad, or maybe an aunt or uncle? I can tell him to see a doctor, but in the end I can't force him to go. Can't remember them? Satra blinks innocently, seemingly confused. I don't even remember what it feels like to have a family. Don't worry, I'm sure everything will get sorted out eventually. If I were in his position, I'd be frightened. It'd be like losing my past. It feels like most of his memories are put on sleep, waiting to get digged up. It's not all bad, losing my memories. I'm sure there were things I was better off forgetting. Besides, it's normal for people to forget things over time. It just happened really quickly for me. Speaking of which, I suddenly remember something. I always carried this with me. It was big, long, wait, I carry two of them. Is it sign language? No, I'm just bad at explaining things. Just when Satcher tries to explain it again, a noise disrupts us. Was it a book? The shuffling sound grows louder and louder. We immediately rush to the classroom door and lock it. Put my ears against the door and listen. The sound eventually disappears down the hallway. I think someone's still in the building. We'll get caught if we stay here. We should leave for now. Okay. As Satcher and I trace our way back to the exit, we hear footsteps approaching us from behind. A hand suddenly lands on my shoulder and I jump. Oh. Juniru. Hi there. His face is very pale and his mysterious golden eyes look like they're glowing in the darkness. The ghost. The ghost? I am not a ghost. What are you two doing here? He feels familiar. Oh right, I've seen him before at the abandoned mansion. The design looks more complicated than the standard ones, which means he's most likely from the elite class. When I realize he's my senior, I bow my head. Satra follows my example and bows too. No need to be so polite. I believe we have met before, miss? Just before I ask who you are, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Junior, and I attend the night classes. I'm Miyoko, a second year. I'm Sacho, and I'm not from... He's a kid from my neighborhood. He begged me to show him the place where big kids go to school. I just couldn't say no. I know it's pretty late, but I couldn't say no, and the doors were already unlocked. I see. I'm sure you'll enjoy the school when you're older, Sacho. I didn't realize there were classes at this time of night. There always have been. Regular students simply are not aware of them. Speaking of which, class will begin in mere moments. Sacho, would you be interested in sitting in for a lesson? We probably shouldn't. We were just about to leave. Sorry for all the trouble, Junro. I guess that explains why the doors were unlocked. Man, I feel bad. I turned to Sacho with an apologetic smile. Sorry about that. The excuse had to be believable. I can't believe that guy fell for it. I had no idea about those classes. I'm glad we got out okay, though. We can take another look during the day. No need. That's not my haunted house. At least there's another place we can mark off the list. I'm disappointed. I had hoped we'd find something this time. Are you sad we didn't get to see the ghost? What? No way. It's the opposite. I was just teasing you. I shrug and look away. Sacho must think my fear is hilarious. That is... kinda cute. Cute, how? I can understand why you're afraid of the unknown. I feel the same way. But if any ghosts do appear, I'll scare them away for you. Heh, thanks I guess. Anyway, you ready to go home? Go home? Did you forget already? I said you could stay at my house. I was serious, you know. Ah, is that really alright? I don't want to overstay my welcome. Don't worry about all that. We can take it one day at a time. Sacho's a little weird, but I also feel at ease when I'm around him. He's not a bad person. I did originally suspect he might have been linked to the disappearances, but I've changed my mind. Sacho has had so many chances to stab me in the back literally, but he hasn't done anything. Even if I'm wrong, at least I can keep an eye on him this way. Well, we've run into Zeikun, Junro. This is one of the characters. Maybe we'll run into Kurado as well. That'd be very interesting. Must be why the creator of this game said to play Sacho first. Oh well, I don't do things the right way. I do things the wrong way. Because that's my right way. This is the first time I've had company since my parents left for their business trip. Sacho seems excited to have a roof over his head, happily exploring the rooms. I gesture for him to wait in the living room while I begin preparing dinner. I only hope my cooking isn't too rusty. Can I help you with anything? You're the guest, I'm the host. Let me handle the cooking. If you insist, just let me know if you change your mind. As Sacho watches me work, his eyes begin to dampen as if he's not eaten in days. How can you make chicken taste good? I didn't even know red rice was the thing. You really didn't have to go so far for me. What are you talking about? These are just regular dishes. There's nothing compared to what you get at a 5-star restaurant. You know, I think it's because he's only been eating cookies. Not gonna lie. I'd be pretty excited too. After dinner, I prepare towels and fresh clothes so we can take a shower. You're being too nice. It's almost too good to be true. I feel like I owe you a great debt. Don't be silly. I'm not doing this because I want anything in return. Do you treat everyone like this? You're my first, actually. I'm so lucky. Thank you so much, Miyoko. Things are finally starting to look up for me. I won't ever forget the things you've done for me. I promise I'll pay you back someday. Actually, if we're thinking about this through all the routes I've played, I think the only person you did not say, hey, just move in and live with me, was Junro. Until like way later in his storyline, but basically every single guy lead has stayed in your guest room. That's kinda sus. Whose clothes are these? These are too small to be your dad's. They were mine. Do they fit you properly? It's embarrassing to admit, but yes. If I weren't so tomboyish, I would have picked out something girlier for you. I shouldn't complain. You were kind enough to let me borrow these. Well, that's enough excitement for one night. The bed's ready, so sleep well. I smiled gently at him before making my way to my own bed. I don't regret helping him in the least. Now, seeing him smile makes me want to reach out and hug him. Why did I suspect him in the first place? I'm pretty sure it's that dream you had. As long as my memory hasn't been failing me. It's been like 2 weeks since I played this. The scream is extremely loud, so it must have come from nearby. I peek out the window and notice the lights seem to be on at my neighbor's house. Maybe they were watching a horror movie and forgot to turn the lights off afterward. When I go to flick the light switch, I notice Satra standing in the doorway. What in the world was he doing? Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. I couldn't sleep, so I took a small walk. Are you okay? It looks like you were attacked. I couldn't see very well since it was so dark and I tripped. Sorry I ruined your clothes. That's very sus, Satoru. Satoru sits on the couch while I wipe his face with a wet towel. Maybe that's why Chain attacked him. Well, more like picked him up and carried him away. You can tell me the truth. If someone laid a hand on you, I'll rip their ears off. But there was a bunny cat in one of the alleys and I passed. It went crazy the moment I passed by. Wait. He had the ears and tails of a bunny and slim legs of a cat. It was really cute. Too bad I couldn't pet it. I've never heard of an animal like that. After that, shadow-like things started appearing and they chased me. On my way back, I ran into a pole and tripped twice. I think I faded in front of the house for a few minutes too. What a klutz. I'm glad you're okay, so he ran into Corrado. By the way, did you hear the scream earlier? A scream? No, I didn't. You're probably right, sorry. Anyway, promise me you won't go late out at night again. You probably haven't heard of the news, but there's been murders around here lately. I promise to stay inside. All cleaned up, Satra heads back to his bedroom. Very, very suspicious. But he said he ran into Corrado, so... On my way to classroom, someone forcefully grabs my shoulder. Miyako, I'm glad you're okay. I heard about what happened to your neighbors. My condolences. Did you run into the culprit? Did they do anything to you? I'm still in one piece. I don't even know what happened. But I'm glad you're okay. You didn't see or hear anything, did you? I did hear a scream last night, but I thought it was from a really loud horror movie. There was an investigation at a neighbor's house this morning. The couple who lived there was brutally murdered. They're actually dead? There were footprints leading from their house to yours. I was worried that whatever did it would get to you too. When I woke up this morning, I didn't notice anything out of place. Speaking of which, the police will stop by your house for questioning later. And don't worry, I don't think you're a suspect. The news is so shocking. Be extra cautious from now on. Make sure to lock all your doors and windows, and don't let anyone you don't absolutely trust in the house. You should also leave a weapon of sort near your bed. Wait, maybe should come over and... I'll be fine. If I think something might happen, I'll call the police. Oh, before I forget, I finished looking up that Satro person. There's no student registered under that name. I tried it as a family name too, but nothing. Or he could be from another village. If that's the case, it'd be really hard to find him. Or his home. After school, the police stopped by my house for questioning, likely as you said they would. I turned to Satru, who seems to be flustered. Don't worry, they were just making sure we were fine. Do you think they suspect us? Probably not. Living next to the murder scene doesn't mean we're suspects. But I was close with that family. They were good people. I don't know anyone would have wanted to kill them. I seriously can't believe this. What if more people around me get targeted? Let's put the search on hold for a few days. I'll be fine. I'm sure you need time to mourn. You must be in shock. Thank you. Let me know when you'd like to start looking again. Before going to sleep, I conceal a large metal ruler under my pillow. I consider hiding a kitchen knife instead, but if an attacker gets their hand on it first or snatches it away, it'll only work against me. To my relief, nothing happens during the following days. My street feels busier due to passing police and villagers, but no one questions me any further. I wonder if Satchel really doesn't mind being home alone for so long. Then again, it's hard for him to go out during the day. Maybe I'm worrying too much. Notice the house is cleaner than usual. The mail's been retrieved and left in a neat stack. The trash has been emptied and all the housework is finished. I should cook something special for dinner tonight as a thanks. What should I make? Ask him what he'd like. Hey Satra, what's your favorite meal? I like everything you make. That's awfully flattering, but you must have a favorite dish. I honestly enjoy everything you cook. I've never had tastier food. The boy blushes before scratching his head. Well, I guess there's one thing I'm craving. I used to eat a lot of steamed buns, I think. There were different fillings, but I liked them all. It'd be great if I could have some again. Interesting, interesting. Even I don't know much about myself right now. I'll let you know if I remember anything else. What about you? Do you have a favorite meal? I'd have to think about it, to be honest. For now, I need to start supper. I'll tell you. Okay, later. I said that backwards. I step into the kitchen to prepare supper. It takes a few hours of work, but I managed to make steamed buns like my mom used to do. It is pretty easy. As an additional touch, I make all the buns animal-shaped. I pick one up and take a bite. Tasty. I can understand why he asked for these. Satra turns around before I even enter the room. His eyes practically sparkle while he looks at the plate. Can I have one? Of course, I made these for you. Watch nervously as the silverhead boy bites into the first steamed bun. This brings back memories. Someone used to bring me treats like this a lot. It feels distant, but I think I was happy at that time. I'm glad to hear that. We're one step closer to getting our memories back. Thank you so much. Why don't we share? I stare at the sound of footsteps in the hallway. Someone steps inside my bedroom. I prepare for the worst as pitter-patter approaches my bed. Ow. Ah. Sorry, wrong room. I'm kind of sleepy. Are you okay? I thought you were an intruder. You're all dirty again. Did you go out? Yeah, I went to search on my own. You broke our promise. I thought you hated ghosts and scary places. I like helping you. It's really exciting to explore new places together. I didn't find anything tonight anyway. I'll tell you the next time I want to go out. You better not go out alone anymore. Very, very suspicious. Over the next few days, Satra stays inside. Even though the deaths of my neighbors are still in the news, another murder was committed. It happened in a nearby alley. The majority of the corpse was not located. There was enough blood splatter and the death was an inevitable outcome. Seems there were bloody trails, indicating the body was dragged away afterwards. Was there another murder? Yeah, it was around here again. I never could have imagined anything like this would happen in the village. There's no apparent connection between the victims. Might have just been someone who's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Thanks, Miyaka. Well, clearly you're suspicious. I'm glad you're okay. Why wouldn't I be? There was another homicide near your area. That's twice in less than a week. Well, at least this means I wasn't the criminal's target. But sarcastic tone only seems to worry Leoji even further. Ikuya suddenly walks over to us. What are you two talking about? Yuko seriously needs a bodyguard. Eh? Leoji quickly explains the situation and Ikuya's expression turns fearful. Guys, I can't afford a private bodyguard. I'm not really an important person. Hey, just ask for Corrado or Chain. I'm sure he'll take care of all your problems. That's taking it too far. I do not want strangers following me everywhere, however. Liuji seems to have made up his mind. I'll consider your offer. Thank you, Liuji. After school, I headed to the library. As I walked through the hallway, I bumped into a shorter boy. Ugh, watch where you're going. Hey, Kaiji. Where are your manners? Are you lost, kid? What the hell? I'm not a kid. You should show your upperclassmen more respect. This is Brown in uniform. Oh, he must be part of the elite class. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were a senior. Finally noticed, did you, genius? He continues to glare at me, tapping his foot on the floor. He seems to be waiting for another apology. You have two eyes, don't you? Watch where you're going next time. With that, the boy turns around and leaves. He should have been the one apologizing to me. What a little hellion. Well, at least I annoyed him a little. I still have a lot of homework to finish. I want to get all of it done now, so I have more free time later. I'll start with history. This chapter is about local legends. The school ghost, the forest demon, the Kenrigis, and the temple guardian. Wait, the temple guardian. Does this place even have a temple? 1,000 years ago, a temple was built in honor of a spirit that is now known as the temple guardian. In thanks, he chose to reside within the temple and offers protection to the village. This area's residents brought him offerings for decades, but stopped at some point. Even so, the guardian continued his job. What a sad story. The guardian must have felt lonely. Don't worship other Elohim. Anyway. Actually, didn't Zaken take up his job? Pretty sure he did. I continued my research on the spirit along the way. I discovered the location of his shrine. When I'm done with my research and homework, the sky's already dark. I rush home, excited to tell Sachiro what I found. I slow down when I notice someone standing in front of my house. The figure is tall and his face is obscured by a hoodie. Hey, Jane. This man does not respond. He remains frozen to the spot like a statue. Hello? I heard you the first time. But you didn't say anything. I'm not obligated to. Never mind. Without a word, the man turns around and walks away. What a strange guy. He only has your best interest in mind, which is taking care of supernatural problems before they become a problem. Boring day, more like. Same as always. You didn't see a scary-looking man in front of the house, did you? The guy with green hair and a gas mask? Yeah, I just chased him away. He was standing there for hours. I think he was watching me. Kinda scary. The homicide cases pop up in my head. Sachiro's stomach suddenly rumbles. Oh, you must be hungry. Sorry for making you wait so long. It's okay. I begin to prepare dinner alongside Sachiro, who insists on helping me. Do you think it might be the place you're looking for? It does sound familiar, kinda. Maybe the temple guardian is still there. You don't have to come with me if you don't want to. No way, I'm not gonna miss this opportunity. The guardian spirit can't be harmful, it's different from ghosts. I mean, they're technically still dead, so... Are you sure we're going the right way? We should be. I got the location from the library and marked it down on this map. Whoa, maps are complex, huh? I can't even tell if you're holding it the right way. Remember to even bring flashlights this time. Nevertheless, I cannot help but feel nervous. I've never been to this area before. Ah, look over there. Yep, there's the temple. Doesn't Zaken sleep inside this place? The building has been heavily damaged. It almost looked like there'd been a battle here of some sort. Are you ready? Ready you are. As we step inside, our noses are assaulted by an odd smell. A mixture of damp wood and rotting plants. It's so overpowering that I wish I had an air freshener with me. This definitely looks like the place a spirit would inhabit. Do you think the guardian still resides here? No way, it's too run down. He must have left a long time ago. I tried to find the reason people abandoned the temple, but there's only theories. One of them speculated that the guardian actually abandoned his duty first because he wanted to be free again. I don't think that's what happened. Why would he say that? Look at this place. It feels so lonely. I think there was more to it than wanting to be free. The guardian must have felt... We suddenly hear chains clanging. Did you make a sound just now? No. I've been standing right here this whole time. I haven't moved an inch. Let's go deeper into the temple. I have a feeling I've been here before. This might be where I got lost. My head hurts when I try to remember what happened, though. Maybe I don't want to remember what happened. How long have you had amnesia? I didn't count the days, but probably more than a month. And you've been alone this entire time? I won't give up. Even if it takes me years to remember everything, I'll succeed. When I first woke up, I had a note in my hand, and I recognized it was my own handwriting. It said there was something I had to always remember. Somebody must be missing him right now. I want to help him find his family. There are indents on the planks. People probably used to pray here. While Sachiro examines the floor, I look around more broadly. Out of the corner of my eye, I know something on top of the pillars. It's a black sack. Curiosity killed the cat? Tell Sachiro what I found. Oh, is that a sack on the pillar? How did it even get up there? That's a good question. Should we check what's inside of it? Is that really a good idea? He returns with a long bamboo stick. The sack falls to the floor with a loud thud after I give it a strong poke. There's only books inside. I quickly flip through a few of them. Whoa, these are the temple keeper's diaries. They're even chore logs. This is better than I expected. I'm really curious now. Can you read them? I still need to get used to the handwriting, but I can figure out most of it. After a few more minutes, we decide to head home. If I can find a clue about what happened to the temple. Chapter 2. Stories. After reaching my street, we notice a man with a gas mask standing on the other sidewalk. The fact it is late and nobody else is around only makes the scene creepier. I think he's an exorcist. What makes you think that? He doesn't look like a policeman or a detective. He must have seen that job listing in town. Even if ghosts were real, he would obviously be better off searching the temple in the woods. Even though I'm trying to reassure him, Sachiro looks flustered. Why are you trembling? Do you think that ghosts are behind those murders? The random question brings me pause. It sounds silly, but in a way it almost makes sense. Nah, it's zombies. Or you. One of the two. Before I can ask about it, he heads up the stairs. I'm a bit tired. Good night, Miyoka. Alright, we'll check those books later. I cannot pay attention in history class. My mind keeps wandering to Sachiro. Murder, exorcist. There's no proof of a link between them, so why does it feel so suspicious? Yo, did you hear about what Mr. Blanchett said? Were you sleeping again? You keep missing the important parts. He said we shouldn't go out after 9 p.m. Why not? Thank you, Akuya. I'll keep that in mind. Wow, you're being unusually obedient. Aren't you gonna fight against the injustice of this being imposed upon or something? Are you guys talking about that? Any news about the murders? That sounds so scary. I hope they get caught soon. Don't worry, my dad's team is the best in the village. Even though they're having a difficult time now, they'll solve the case. No, they won't. More than likely, we will. Because it tends to involve us getting involved. I hope Chain doesn't die. My mind is so busy that I cannot focus on the conversation at hand. I want to rush home and read through those journals I found at the temple already. From the corner of my eye, I noticed someone trying to get a book from a top shelf. And we'll leave things off here, because I think we're actually gonna reintroduce ourselves to Kaichi. Maybe he'll have something to say about Sachiro. Maybe he's a lost soul or something. Not sure when I'll upload again. Maybe Maybe tomorrow. Not sure. Anyway, as soon as I get my new work schedule figured out after I get a different job and all that, I'll let you know. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget the like button, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, goodbye.